Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Rags to Riches. This is going to be a series that I'm going to be doing on Classic World of Warcraft on the Fresh Anniversary servers. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting off from 0 gold, 0 items, and we're going to do a bunch of different methods of making gold, and I'm going to document the whole journey. So let's go ahead and have a look where we're starting off. So I recently just moved all of the items and all of my gold off this character, so off this account onto my second account, and this is where we're starting off with. So we have 0 gold completely. We only have one character set up on this account, and it is a level 60 mage. We're playing on the PvP server on the Anniversary Realms. All of the methods and tactics I'm going to be using from my gold guides and also from goldcap.com. So we're going to do a mixture of gold farming, professions, flipping, just everything that I personally would do to make some gold. Now there is no end goal for this. We're going to go just as long as people basically keep enjoying this series. But hopefully in the long run we can make thousands of gold, even tens of thousands of gold from this series. So first of all, what we need to start off and do is actually get some gold just to be able to afford to play the game, so we can pay for like repairs, consumables, and just things like that to do farms. So I'm thinking we're going to start this off with 5 runs of ZF. So we'll go into solo CF, we'll do 5 runs, and we'll basically vendor everything unless we get like an epic or a blue drop from doing that. So let's head over to ZF. I actually have my Hearthstone set over to Naris. Also, we might as well have a quick look at their starting gear. So it's nothing special. This is basically a fresh level 60 character going off the gear. Nothing crazy whatsoever. So we haven't got really good gear, but we still have some decent pieces. So over time throughout the series, we'll also probably improve our gear so we can gold farm more efficiently. Also another thing, we don't have any items in the mailbox, and also we have 0 items up on the auction house. So we're literally starting off with 0 gold and 0 items. For professions, we currently have 300 skinning, and we also have 145 tailoring. Now skinning will be very important for some of the farms early on, but in the future we might actually change this up to 2 crafting professions, where we can make gold from crafting and posting on the auction house. So we're going to be doing Zul'Farrak graveyard runs, and we're going to do 5 of them because we'll hit the lockout. We'll probably finish these off in about half an hour to 40 minutes. So let's go ahead and do that and see how much raw gold we make from doing 5 runs at ZF graveyard. So what I think I'll do, just in case some of you that are watching don't know what ZF graveyard runs are, I will record it, but I'll put it in fast forward, and I'll do 1 run and I'll record the whole thing, and we'll go ahead and do it that way, just so if you don't know this farm, you can actually see how it works. Now obviously I do have videos on this exact guide that goes in more detail, so if you want to learn more details about how to do this correctly, then you can go ahead and watch that. But for now, we'll go ahead, we'll put this in fast forward, and we'll do 1 full run, and we're going to repeat this 5 different times. Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick run through how this ZF solo farm works as a mage. First of all, you want to make your way to the boss. Now once you're level 60, you don't really have to worry about any of the safe spots. You just run around all the different mobs because they're pretty unlikely to pull aggro. Once you get to the boss, you want to aggro the boss, and then you want to start opening up the different graves. You want to go behind this spot right here until you lose aggro. Then you want to open all the graves on this middle part. Then you want to jump up to the safe spot, drop combat, and then you want to jump down and you want to get the leftover graves, which are right here. Once you've got them, you run to the safe spot, you put on magic armor, and then you jump up on top of this like little building part right here. Then you want to pull the boss. You can just use CS on the boss. Make sure you've got aggro on all the mobs, and then as they come up, you just want to use rank 1 Blizzard on them to slow them and stack them all. Once they are all stacked, you can start using a rank, or max rank of Blizzard, and then you basically jump back and forth just like this and kill the mobs with the max rank Blizzard. And now you can do these runs in like 5 to 7 minutes. They're extremely quick and easy to do, and you can make a lot of raw gold from doing this. So that is exactly how the run works. Now another thing that you can do to add a little bit of extra gold to the farm is you can also get the scarabs. So what you want to do for these is you want to basically just gather them up. Now if you just pull one, they'll actually social aggro all the others. So you gather them all up, you want to ice block, then you want to nova them, and then you want to cone of cold them, kill them all off, and then you just run out to the outside of the dungeon. And then you reset the dungeon and you rinse and repeat this process. Alright, so this is loot from 3 runs. We need to sell so we have more inventory. Let's go ahead, sell this all off. And what are we looking at once this all sells? Let's sell the rest of them. Do we want to keep this or sell this? We want to sell this. Let's go ahead and mark it with D-Junk so we can sell it. Alright, perfect. So we're sitting at 31 gold now. We actually got a couple items that I'm going to put on the auction house instead of vendor. Nothing crazy. They're just worth like a few gold more. So let's go back into the last 2 runs. Alright, so we've done the 5 runs. Let's go ahead and vendor everything here. Alright, let's see what gold we end up with after doing 5 runs. Should be pretty good. We also have a few items that we're going to post up on the auction house. Not that. Alright, so we ended up in raw gold. We made 56 raw gold, which is pretty nice. And we also have these pants. Now these are high in healing spell, so I think I could get a lot more than 1 gold for these. Then we also got these braces for about 2 gold at the moment, another 2 gold for these, and about 2.5 gold for those. And we also got these potions, about 1 gold. So a decent amount, around about 60 gold from doing those 5 runs, which you can do those 5 runs way less than an hour. So super happy with that. Now that's a good start. Now this is a good farm that we can always come to just whenever we have a bit of spare time, like 30-40 minutes, to do 5 runs of that until we hit the lockout. So this will be a good way to make some steady gold throughout this series. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to make a TSM group and operations to sell farmed items. So first of all, we go to settings, we're going to make a new profile. Let's call this Rags to Riches and make the new profile. Now we've got a brand new TSM. Now what we can do from here is we can make groups. The first thing that I want to do is I want to make a group of items that I never ever want to sell. So this is just so I can put some important items that I don't want to sell basically in these, so I never get them mixed up with other items. Now let's go ahead and we'll actually make another group. Now what this group will be for is it's going to be for all of the farmed items so we can sell them on the auction house. So let's call it farmed items. And so this will be the main thing that we're using to sell all the different items. Now with gear, why I want to make TSM groups to sell the gear is because you can select specific item. And now what that will do with the gear is it will actually go off the stat roll that is on the piece of gear. So like for an example, this is of the eagle. So this will then compete with the other of the eagle pieces. So let's go ahead and add these items into the group. Now that we have the group set up, we want to make an operation for this. Now we'll just do something simple just because it is only farmed items. So let's go ahead, make a new group. Let's call this Rags to Riches. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we want to do here. So first of all, we can scroll down, we can connect it to that group that we just made. And then let's go ahead and see what we want to do with this operation. So I think we want to post them for 8 hours. Now obviously we don't want to do 24 hours because the deposit cost would be high, but I think 8 hours is good. I don't want to have to be reposting every 2 hours for farmed items. These ones that we're going to be making this group for, let's do the stack size of 1 and let's put this to 200. So we're basically posting all of the different items. Allow particular stacks. This isn't too important because we're mainly going to be selling like items that aren't in stacks with this operation. Now let's go down to the operation. So what I think we're going to do is we'll just keep it very simple. Let's say 70% of DB market for the minimum price. So if it's below that, we'll have it not even post the item, then we can look into it a bit further. The maximum price, let's go ahead and set this to a very, very high percent. So let's actually set this to 999% of the DB market. This is a good price to go off. Now for the normal price, let's put this to 250 of the DB market. So DB market just means the market value. So like for an example, hovering over this item, the market value for this is 1 gold and 87 silver. So I think this will be a good operation. If it's below minimum, it won't post. And then when above maximum, it will post at the maximum price, which that's really good. So this is nice and simple, and we'll have it set up for this. Now one thing that we will do, we'll actually just use this operation for things that aren't in stacks. So let's go ahead and change the name of this to, let's change this to non-stacks. So basically we'll have another group which is for materials and things that have stacks that we have farmed. This way we can do the operations a little bit different. So we can do different stack sizes for the materials. But for now, this should be very simple. We can also set an operation up for the material selling. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go rags to riches, materials. Okay, now for the materials, we only want to post these for 2 hours, and now we can play around with different stack sizes. So what I think we're going to do is we'll post 20 at stack size 1, and that is all set up. Now we're going to do the same price for these, I think. So let's post them at the minimum, 75% of the DB market. Let's go 999% of DB market. And let's go 250% of DB market. Alright, perfect. So that is set up. Now what we're going to do, this one is obviously going to post stacks of 1. It's going to post 20 of them. Let's go ahead and make another one. First of all, materials, and we'll write stack 1. We'll do a few different stack sizes. So let's go ahead, we'll make one that is for, that posts at the stack size of 3. So let's go ahead, we'll change this down to 10, and we want to have stacks of 3. And everything else is the same, perfect. Let's do stack sizes of 5. Everything the same, but we change the stack size to 5. And I think we only want to post like 3 of these stack sizes. And let's make another group. Let's clean that up a little bit first. And we want to name this 5. And then we'll do 10 and 20s. So let's add 10 here. We'll just post 2 10 stacks. Alright, save that. And we'll do also the 20 stack. And we'll do the rest in 20 stacks. Just for example, if we have like hundreds of the same item. So let's go 20. And let's put the post cap to 200 because that is the maximum. Alright, perfect. We'll just change the name once again. Click enter. Okay, so we've got all the different stack sizes for the materials. What we'll do now is we'll go over and we'll actually select these to this operation. So let's override, add operations. We want to add stack size 1 first, 3, 5, 10, and 20. So let's go ahead. Let's add 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20. Now this will go in this order. So we'll do the stack size of 1 first, then 3, 5, 10, and 20. So we've got the materials set up, we've got farmed items, non-stacks, which this is perfect. Okay, so now we've got the group set up for selling our farmed items. Let's go ahead and we'll actually post up these items that we just got. So the different armor pieces that we've got. So we click on run post scan. This will go ahead, scan through these items, then we can post them up on the auction house for the best prices. Now, another thing that we're going to do just for the setup is let's go to macros. Do we have a TSM macro set up? We do not. So let's go ahead, go to settings. We want to go down to macros. Let's make one that does canceling, post and cancel. And that's all we need at the moment. We could also set it up for shopping. Scroll up and down. And let's go ahead and actually create this macro. So this will work, but what I like to do is I like to have a visual of it. So let's go ahead and actually keybind this on our bars, just so I can see exactly where I've got the keybind to. Go to keybinds. What are we on? Are we on this one right here? Are we? Or are we on 4? We're on 4. So scroll up and scroll down. Perfect. Now everything is set up, and this will be able to last us for a very long time, this setup. So let's go ahead and post these items. As you can see, it makes it a lot quicker using the TSM macro. We just scroll the mouse wheel up and down. So now we've got this all set up, and we're pretty much good to go. So there's a few people in the chat looking for stock boost, so I might as well do 5 lockouts of stock boost, and that's just going to be 15 gold for the 5 lockouts. So fairly cheap, but you can do this under half an hour, and that will be about 60 gold just from the boosties, which is pretty decent. So we might as well go ahead and do this. It can be a quick 60 gold within about half an hour. So 15 gold for 5 runs of each person, 60 gold. So that's going to bump us up to 116 gold is what we're sitting at. Also, we will be getting all the loot, so we might get lucky, get like one of the blues that drop from here. Speaking about blues, in the first run we actually got one, which is worth a decent amount of gold. Alright, so this is the final run of Stockade. It took us about 35-40 minutes to do these. Super easy. We actually got a decent amount of other items. Let's have a look. So we'll actually wait till we're out of combat just so you can see the prices with TSM. But we also made a decent amount of gold from actually vendoring items. We basically looted all the items ourselves and vending them for actually a decent amount of gold. So on top of what the boosties paid us, we also made a decent amount of gold from vendoring stuff, and also from the items that we're going to be posting up on the auction house. So let's go ahead, get out of combat here. And so we got this bow. We'll just go through them quickly, but these are the items that I'm going to try to throw up on the auction house. We've got the blues. Now if these sell, that's just a bonus. If they don't sell in a couple of days, we'll just go ahead and vendor them also. So pretty good for about 35-40 minutes of actually work. So happy with that. Let's go ahead and post these all up on the auction house. So we're using both the groups for these. We've got a couple of materials in there. So we'll post everything up on the auction house, and then that will probably be the first episode of Rags to Riches. In the next episode, we'll plan out a bunch of different farms to do. I'll basically test them for an hour. Then I can show you how much gold I made within the hour, so you get a good idea. Now, the goal of this series isn't just to sit and boost people forever. And obviously we could do that and make gold, but it's very, very repetitive. The goal with this series is that we're going to mix it up. We're going to do a bit of everything. So gold farming, professions, flipping, boosting, basically a bit of everything to make gold. So you can basically learn new ways and methods of making gold. So at the moment, the auction house is sitting at 30 gold, and we went from 0 gold to 125 gold in our bags. So very good for the first episode. If you enjoyed this series, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe for the next episode. And also, if you want to learn how to make gold better in Classic World of Warcraft, you can check out my Classic Gold Making Guide and also my Classic Flipping Guide, which will both be linked down below in the description box. If you want to level up your gold making and become the best gold maker in all versions of World of Warcraft, I recommend checking out Goldcapped. Goldcapped is a community project where a bunch of the best gold makers are making guides and helping out everyone in the community. We are constantly making new and up-to-date guides for the latest and best methods of making gold in all versions of World of Warcraft. We have live price data on the website and inside the guides, so you always know if a farm is worth doing at a certain time. We have a team of the best gold makers in all versions of World of Warcraft. The team will help you out in the Discord with any questions that you have about making gold in any version of World of Warcraft. So if you want to level up and have the best help possible when it comes to gold making, I recommend signing up to GoldCap today. You can sign up for 1 month or 1 year and save a little bit if you go yearly. There's a bunch of extra perks that you get when becoming a GoldCap member. If you want to sign up now, there will be a link down below in the description box, or you can head over to goldcap.com and become a member today. Hope to see you in the Discord and a part of the community where we can all level up our gold making together. If you have any questions, just join the GoldCap Discord and the team will help you out.